Yeah. We really boxing. Who wanted the baddest? Let's see. Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BVO. This how it's finna go. I'ma throw some jabs. Make them think my punch is weaker than I hook his ass. This the ring, not the kitchen, but I'ma cook his ass. Me and him, that's the pro versus the rookie class. All my life I had to fight, but I still love it. Me and BVO got moves that you can't steal from us. And these haters be throwing shots, but I don't feel nothing. I ain't gonna lie, shit, they alright, but we a little rougher. Step up for the title and face your rival, this ain't no little tussle. Bet I be no bird, being chicken to get your feathers ruffled. Footwork, I'm dancing around my opponent like the Cupid shuffle. Good work, bodies hit the flow, they can't move a muscle. The upside is we ain't in the streets, shooting and shooting up. Catch me in the ring, sticking, moving and suited up. I know everybody can eat, but I ain't full enough. Oh, you said it's smoking some beef? I guess I'm pulling up. Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy BVO Boxing, aka the Asiatic Black Man. I'm in the building with the Puerto Rican Prince himself, D Free. What's going on, man?
What's good? What's good?
Oh man, we got a lot to talk about, man. You know, Crest this morning was talking about how he thought maybe the fight was rigged. I wanted to get your opinion on you. Did you think the fight was rigged?
I think they had an agenda, and I think it was understood that they was not going to knock each other out. It looked like at times where Jake Paul probably could have did a little bit more damage. Then it looked at times like Mike Tyson might have been holding back. So I mean, we don't know for a fact what the agenda was, but it do look like it was a hidden agenda in that fight.
Yeah, I could see that. Salute to my man Pride. Salute to my man Ben Israel in the house. But I would say I agree with that. The only thing I was wondering is when you see that fight, you could kind of see Mike was holding back. We know Jake held back, but you know he's from Cleveland. You know Cleveland cats always got it. It's gonna be a class act. Make sure we don't do nothing crazy. But I'll ask you guys this. I'm gonna start with Prize on this. So after this fight, does this make after seeing the fight perform in 60 million homes, does this finally make the guy from Cleveland, Jake, the problem? Child Paul, the king of boxing?
No,
No, because
he's never fought a real fighter. Oh, it's on me.
no,
Yeah,
go ahead.
It's on me.
yeah.
All right, yeah, I would say no. Like he hasn't fought a real fighter yet. Like, what do you mean the face of boxing? I mean, you know what? I mean, he is getting his money. He has a lane, but no real hardcore fan. None of us is checking for this guy, bro. None of us. You know,
All those things
maybe
don't matter.
maybe you are Kareem Akbar because y'all from the same city, so I get it. But as far as me, Free, Crush, we not checking for this guy, man. He's not the face of boxing. If anybody's the face of boxing, it's Tank or Canelo. And I don't even like Canelo, but I'm letting you know that if we're gonna talk about the face of the sport that I love, we're not talking about a circus. If you want to go to the circus and see the Ringling Brothers, you know what I'm saying? You want to take your daughter out there, take your daughter out there. But that ain't real to me. That would and it needs to be stopped. And one of me and the other brothers, I shot him a DM. One of the other brothers, I was like, I was responding to his video. I was like, no, he ain't the face of boxing, bro. He ain't did no. He ain't fought. He fought one real fighter, half of a real fighter, and he lost. So no, he is not no face of nothing. He's the face of YouTube boxing, you know. And like I said before, they playing boxing. Those guys, those YouTubers, it's gonna take something fatal to happen, and then they're gonna all want to stop it. But I'm just waiting for that day, unfortunately.
Me personally, I don't think he's the face of boxing. If
No.
anything, what it proved is Mike Tyson is still the face of boxing because he never had that outcome until he got Mike Tyson in the ring. So if it proves anything, it proves that Mike is still the face of boxing.
That's crazy. That's a crazy analogy.
Um, I could get why y'all would say that because that's a real hating way to look at it. Um, to try to take away from what the kid has done for the sport. Um, people like Jake Paul, there's always going to be room for the attraction. But the thing I will say that I did like is that on that card with all those, with all that attraction, he had some real fights. We seen Amanda Serrano put up a terrific performance. Mario Barrios had a tough fight. We see he liked to lay on that can.
Mhm.
Um, I know he better stay away from Brian Norman Jr. But I would say this: it just kind of shows you that boxing is still America's pastime. They say baseball and boxing both have failed from grace, so to speak. But I would differ because if you look at whenever you get a decent spectacle or somebody to watch, you see the numbers are through the roof. And I just think kudos to Jake Paul for coming to save our sport. But that's what Cleveland has when it comes to boxing. We always come save the sport, whether it's your Don Kings, your Al Haymans, um, your Michael Dokes, you got your I mean, people just don't understand that's a legacy of Cleveland saving the sport of boxing, and Jake Paul falls right into that. So and he's a hell of a promoter as well. So I would give him credit about that as well. But let me ask you guys this: after seeing that fight, we seen Alicia Bungardner say she would love to fight Amanda Serrano. What do you guys think that's coming from?
I don't
Go ahead,
know
Six.
because I don't know where it's coming from because there was opportunities for her to fight Alicia Bunga. I mean, fight Amanda Serrano. She didn't take the opportunities.
Hmm.
So I don't know where it's coming from. Maybe she might think is she going to get a payday by
Right.
fighting Amanda Serrano because she see how many people that loves her and they're going to come out and support her. And we just saw Alicia Bungardner fight in somebody's ballroom. I don't even know where that fight was even at, but it looked like they had maybe 100 people in that fight. I was surprised to see her fighting in such a small venue like that. I think it was literally like you can literally look around the venue because it was only seating around the ring,
And
and
what was it on for? Don't forget that. What was they showing it on?
I don't even know, to be honest with you. I just happened to catch it. Somebody told me that it was on. They told me where to go. I can't even remember where it was at because it was some new promotion that they was putting out there, but I was like, wow, I wasn't expecting to see that. But like I said, maybe it's the fact that she know that it'll be a decent payday for her by fighting Amanda Serrano.
Well, yeah.
I'll say
She
this:
got robbed. She got
I
cheated. It's a
think
lot
I
of
think I,
cheating going on. My bad, BVL.
I think I think the sad thing is when you see especially when you see Katie Taylor. I mean, it's an absolute joke. Salute to my man Ace in there. He probably from the UK. There's no way on a planet that you could ever say that that Katie Taylor's top three in anything. She's not a good fighter.
I don't
She
know
uses
about
her
that.
head. She uses her head.
You
You talk
wasn't
about
talking about that.
hold on one second. I think when you think about the greatest, you might think about Ann Wolfe. You might think about what's the girl's name? Clarissa Shields, maybe Amanda Serrano. Amanda Serrano was robbed twice, but we seen the same thing when Ali, robbed Ken Norton. So it's not unusual to see the legacy fighter, so to speak, steal one from people. But I just think to say she's top three is a joke. But go ahead, Price. I know you had something on that.
Well, I don't take his opinion as a joke. I mean, she is tough, man. But you are right though. She didn't win them two fights, and she did lead with her head the last fight. I didn't really notice it in any other fights, but she was leading with her head in that fight. But if brother Ace wants to put her in his top three, it's absolutely fine with me. She is a warrior.
Mhm.
She is tough, and she come to fight, and anytime that her name is on the card, I'm definitely gonna be tuning in. So shout out to Ace.
So salute to my man Brian Norman Sr. and my
Yeah,
man Bernard Hackett. I'll say this: a fight that
yeah.
I want to see if we don't get Jerron Ennis, which I think is an easy fight for us at 147. If we don't get Jerron Ennis, we got to go ahead and get that kid. What's the guy? What's Bernard Hackett's son? Jaleel Hackett. I think we should go in there and fight him. So that's just my opinion. I think that'll be a good fight. You
What you
probably
talking about? Junior? Brian Norman Jr.?
Jaleel Hackett versus Brian Norman Jr. I think that'll be a good fight. I think those two could probably fight about 3 or 4 times. I mean, I can't tell you how much of a bag that Maniel and Marquez made. They made a lot of money together, so I think they can do the same thing. And to be honest with you, I mean, if you have 47, the fights you want to get is Jerron Ennis because he showed you he's easy work. He's easy work. Shout out to my man YSM, but he's easy work. From
No,
what you did with Jerron Ennis, if I'm at 47, I'm fighting him for $10 in food stamps because I'm not gonna let this dude get away from me. But what you think about that, Free? What would you say if you're saying should it be Jaleel Hackett versus Brian Jr. or what do you think?
They could. I mean, they can make that fight. I mean, Jaleel Hatchett, his father already told Brian Norman Sr., "Hey, if you don't get the fight, we ready to fight." So,
Mm.
I mean, if he's looking for a fight and he can't get one, I mean, that fight is right there. You can't say there's no fight for you because they already offered you the fight. So, I wouldn't mind seeing it. I don't know who wins the fight. I have to wait till the fight is made and see how their training is coming along to see who I pick because it's a 50-50 fight between Brian Norman and Jaleel. But
You think so?
yeah, it's a 50-50 fight. Jaleel is not a bum by a long shot. And Brian Norman is not a bum neither. I think it's a
Mhm.
50-50 fight. Now I think Brian Norman might have the power over Jaleel, but I think Jaleel can possibly outbox him. I think Jaleel has better footwork than Brian Norman Jr.
Somebody mute their mic out, bro.
It,
Is
no,
it me?
that's my daughter talking in the background. She on her phone. But yeah, I think it's a 50-50 fight.
Yeah. Um, I love Bernard Hackett, but if you look at the fight, I'm gonna just be totally honest. It looked like Jaleel struggled to make 47. I
You
could be
think so?
wrong. I could be wrong, but he had that Devin Haney Skeletor look a little bit. I'm not saying he didn't look good, but we did see him fade a little bit at the end of that fight with Pistol Pete. Pistol Pete came on real strong at the end. Not saying that Jaleel can't fix that, but that would be my only concern. When you get in there with Brian Norman, Mr. I'm not a Rudy Poo, the brother can fight. And he fights the
Yeah.
right way. He's coming forward, and Jaleel don't mind coming forward, or as the old men say, seek and destroy. I would just say if I was Jaleel Hackett, I would get some more fights. Because when you get opportunity to become a champion, you really want to make sure you dotted all your I's, crossed all your T's, man. Because at the end of the day, the last thing you want to do is my man Teddy Pendergrass said it best. You don't want to let that O go. You don't want to get a love TKO, man. You don't want that. You don't want that if you don't have to let that O go. If you don't want to, hold on to it.
Why it's not? It's all right to let the O go. That's what's wrong with
Yeah,
these
but
fighters.
then we have guys like you who told Tim Zoo he should retire, or
He
he
even
don't
got
want
smoked a
to
couple of
anymore.
times already.
Who
So I
said
don't.
Tim Zoo should retire?
I said,
I
Prize.
said it. And maybe he
Yeah,
needs to
Prize.
go ahead and hang it up if he keep getting smoked like that. At the end of the day, I don't even. You can't be serious.
I'm
Kareem
just
Hunt.
glad TF didn't listen to you because if TF will listen to fans like you, we wouldn't have seen his last 2 fights
If
versus Larry
Brian,
Collins.
if Jalil lose his next fight, he still has a fan in me and
No,
you.
I'm not saying he doesn't have a fan. I'm just saying you want to
What?
protect that O for business purposes. We can
No,
play the games that
oh,
we want
man.
if you can protect that O. Because once you lose that O,
Don't tell them young boys that. That's the wrong. Don't listen to
No,
him, man.
I
That's
think
wrong.
I think any young fighter, if you get the opportunity to fight for a championship, you take it because you don't know how often that's going to come around.
mm,
Because, like I said, in this sport of boxing, we all know certain fighters get opportunities where other fighters don't get that same opportunity.
Exactly.
So when you get that opportunity to fight a champion,
mhm.
you take it because you never know what happens in that fight. You very well can be at the best that night, and he could be coming off. He could be a little off, and all it takes is one shot, or take a bad outing for that champion and you having a great outing. We seen daggone Amanda Serrano and daggone Katie Taylor. And I don't care how many times I watched that fight. Katie Taylor didn't win that fight, but that's not what the judges saw.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. I'll say this, and I'll say this because I love both those brothers. I just don't know. And when I get Brother Bernard back on here, I would ask this question: can Jaleel make 147 comfortably? Can he make it comfortably? That would just be my only question. I know he can fight. He's a heck of a fighter. I just want to know, can he make 47 comfortably? Because I'm telling you, what I've seen versus Pistol Pete, if we're being honest, we've seen a lot of great things. We've seen the power. We've seen some good ring IQ. But we did see him fade in the later rounds. And you cannot fade in a championship fight in the later rounds because you just can't. That's just not how it works. And that's a fair criticism. That's not me trying to, cast spurs and say he can't fight. I think he can fight. I just think it might be better, more beneficial to go to 54 where you can make the weight comfortably than to kill yourself to make the weight. That's just my humble opinion. I don't know if anybody agree with me, but hey,
We don't
it
know
is
that
what
to
it is.
be true. If that's and salute to Bruce Gas, but we
I
don't
mean,
know that to be true if he's not making it comfortably. I don't
yeah,
want to
as far
go.
as I know, he
Mhm.
never had to retry for the weight. So he's making it fine.
Right.
Usually when
So,
a person having trouble to make weight, they usually miss
Got
weight
to weigh in
one
multiple
or two
times.
times and then they have to
mhm.
go back and retry. So he never had to retry as far as I know. He's always
Yeah,
made it the first time he got on the scale.
Mm.
So
right.
He all
I
right
guess
in my books.
And that part, and that part, I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying, from watching boxing a long time, I've seen a lot of great fighters where if they had a hard time making weight, it really derailed their career in a lot of ways. I mean, you can name them. I always looked at what's the kid's name? Uh,
Oh God.
Jared Swift. Jared Swift Hurd. I feel like Jared Swift Hurd was such a tweener that he never got his full ability out of him because he was too small for middleweight and too big for junior middleweight. So it was
Yeah,
like he was like in them tweeners, man. Even with the extra divisions, it's tough for those tweeners, man. Those guys who like right in the middle.
I
What
hated that for him.
Adrian Brown said, I want to fight at 144. So
Yeah, I
things like
mean,
that.
yeah, he was another one. BVO.
Yeah.
He was a tweener. He was a little too small for welterweight. He might have been alright if he was a little disciplined, but I feel like 140 was his best. What that was where he should have been, but when he went up in there against them big welterweights, man, they was just a little too big for him.
Remember, he skipped 140. You got to remember that he came to
Right.
140 later. He skipped
Yeah.
140.
Yeah.
He went from right from 135 to
35 to 40
147.
to 47. Yep.
So he's one of those guys where it's just like his talent really did him well. But
Hmm.
I tell you what, when he lost my guy, I always forget
Porter.
his name.
Porter.
What is it, Stefford? Um, dang, Mike something. Mike is it Stanford? I
Who?
can't think of his name. His coach,
Adrian Broner?
Adrian Bronner's coach. Yeah,
He
his
only
coach. I
lost
can't.
to Sean Porter, Madonna,
No, I said his coach that passed away, Michael
uh,
something, Mike
Mike Stafford.
Stafford. Max Stafford. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
once he lost Mike Stafford, it was something else. Salute to my man.
R.I.P.
Let's
Mike
talk about
Stafford.
it. Um, I'll say this though. I ask you guys this. So after seeing this fight with with the Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano, would you guys say that they should fight one more time, or that should be the end of it?
I mean, I'll see him fight again because
me
they keep robbing the girl. Go ahead, Free.
now me personally, I don't care if they fight again or they don't. I'm never watching women's boxing ever again.
Damn.
That was horrible. That was
Damn.
Yeah,
horrible.
that was.
The way they did that girl like that. I mean, she rocked her multiple times throughout the entire fight. And then the
Yeah.
girl just kept headbutting her, and the referee just kept giving her warnings instead of just taking points away from her and DQing her.
Yeah.
He
Mhm.
just kept giving her warning. It wasn't until he gave her like her fifth or sixth warning he decided to take a point away.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that
how
was
many times you
crazy.
get the girl eyes already split open?
Yeah, that was
I'm like,
crazy.
no,
Yeah.
I'm not watching women boxing again. I don't care if Carissa fights
Mm.
daggone Alicia Bungard. I'm not watching women
Mm.
boxing again.
I'm not going to punish women boxing for a bad decision. In men's boxing, if that's the case, we should just stop watching men's boxing because we see bad decisions all the
Oh,
time. So,
I've been to that point where I stopped watching them box. That's why
but
I
I'm
don't.
not gonna bail. I'm not gonna not watch Clarissa. I'm not gonna watch the Bomb Squad Alicia fight just because of. I was pissed off too. Free. It was a disgrace. I mean, she just kept charging in like Ball Bull. I don't know if y'all remember, used to watch play Mike Tyson Punch Out on Nintendo, but Ball Bull would charge in on you, and that's what Shorty was doing. I was like, dang, look, yo, Amanda. I was split when I seen that joint on Instagram. I was like, man, that made me go back and watch the fight again. And
Yeah.
uh, and then I was like, damn, I was like, I don't know what they were seeing. I mean, but I kind of know, but I'm not gonna say why, but I kind of know, you know, I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna do that.
Well, let me ask you guys this. This is something that I wanted to bring up. This is one of the subjects I wanted to bring up. What do you guys think about seeing TF be totally robbed? I mean, he said at the end of the fight,
Who is TF?
that's what a lot of people call Tevin Farmer, TF.
Mm,
That was his name back in the day.
okay.
Te-
Shout out to
Tevin
Evan
Farmer,
Farmer.
my guy from Philly. TF was saying that he's not signed to Golden Boy and he's not signed to Matchroom, so he figured that he wouldn't get, that decision. But let me ask you guys this: when you outland somebody and you drop them in the fourth like he did,
Mm.
how do you not walk out of there with a win? I mean, he bought the fight to Zepeda so much so that I think the Puerto Rican Shakur stop him.
Did
But
y'all see the fight? Did you see
yeah,
it?
I'll
Free,
rewatch
you
the
saw
fight.
the
I
fight?
watched it on lunch.
Did you
I
see
went
the
I went back
Zepeda
and I
Tevin
went back
Farmer?
and I went back and rewatched it. I don't think
Yeah.
Tevin Farmer was robbed. I think Tevin Farmer fought Williams Zepeda style of fighting. He allowed Williams Zepeda to have success in that fight when he could have made that fight a lot easier by staying on the outside. You don't fight a guy who likes to throw a lot of punches on the inside. You don't that's not the type of fight that you want to fight. You want to make that man have to keep resetting. He likes to throw 100 punches per round. And
Mhm.
once you let him be able to be comfortable, it was up for you to get beat. I mean, they looking at who is the busier fighter, who's pressing the action, and that's what Tevin Farmer allowed that to happen. So I don't look at it. He's got robbed. I looked at it. He fought the wrong style of fighting that night.
He
I would I
definitely
would say
should have
I
did
would
some
say
different
this.
stuff.
It's three sides to the truth. Your side, my side, and the truth. And when you look at that fight, I don't know how you couldn't see that Tevin Farmer did what he said he would do in the early press conference. People thought he was joking. He said, I'm gonna bring the fight to this guy. This guy is not good. It's about skill. Shout out to the Black Mamba. The Black Mamba's theory showed again. It's about skill. I mean,
Mhm.
Tevin Farmer outclassed this kid in
Mhm.
every way, dropped him.
Mm.
And the thing that got me, hitting him with that three punch combination in the sixth round, if he was kind of, I ain't gonna say Tevin was tired, but Tevin don't have that umph. If anybody say that was Abdul Wahid or say that was Maritala, anybody with just a little more power would have stopped Zepeda.
Gone.
And the part that got me was if you as a referee, I know you don't get all the angles that we do on TV, and I'm gonna be honest, on TV, I've been to a fight and I've seen that when you watching a fight live, you really don't get. You're not there to watch the fight. I'm gonna be totally honest. When you're watching a fight live, you're not there to watch the fight. It's like going to a baseball game or even a basketball game. We've been so spoiled with these different
I don't
views
know
and
what fight
cameras.
you went to.
Go ahead.
What happened?
I said I don't know what fight you go to because I go there to watch
No,
the fight.
what I'm saying is this. This is what I'm talking about. It's about the event. You're a little older. I'm talking about for me, young cat going. It's about the event. You having a great time. You seeing your
Yeah.
people, that
Yeah.
type of stuff. So
Right.
the
Me
fight
too.
almost becomes secondary because you're pretty
Hmm.
much engaged in to the
On
ends
the
of the
outside
floor
of in the inside of the stadium. Yeah, for sure.
because
You're right about that.
at times it's electric. So what I'm saying is I don't know how if you watch that fight from the TV that you could say that Tevin Farmer fought the wrong fight because he did everything. He fought off the front foot. He fought exactly how Abdul fought Frank Martin.
What
He was
about
the
the
first one. What?
effective punching he was doing too? I ain't mean to cut
If
you off. Keep cooking,
somebody,
but I just want
somebody,
to throw that
if
in there
somebody
while you're in
throws,
your. I just want to throw that in your cooking
let me
pot.
read. Let
What
me read
about
this
that
stat
clean,
real quick.
effective punching, bro?
Let me read this stat real quick, free. Zapata threw 1,025 punches. Right.
Jesus,
He had a 32% connection rate. Tevin
trash.
Farmer landed him by almost 15%. Tevin Farmer landed more power shots. He threw more jabs, but the
Hold on,
overall punch totals don't match up. You
hold
you
on, hold on,
can't
hold on,
you
hold on,
can't
hold
tell
on,
me how you
hold
giving
on,
that fight.
hold on.
Go ahead.
He threw
How
it.
many?
How
How
many
many?
did
Hold
Zepeda
on.
land?
How many punches did Zapata land, and how many punches did Trevor Farmer land? Not the percentage. How many did it? How many did they land?
I don't got the link. I got this percent. I wrote the percentage out.
I'll
I'll
look
pull
the
it up.
land
I'll
up.
pull it up.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
he threw
But I
1,000.
just say
Now,
this.
he does that every fight, but that's just
But I get what you're saying, probably. I'm just saying when you look at it, the way Tevin fought, I mean, we haven't seen. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you what. Tevin Farmer is a great example of resilience because the kid lost 2, 3 early fights, and he still was able to become a champion. Had like a 5 or 6 fight window where he was dominating at 126. Jojo Diaz came and snatched his title, who was like a baby Tank, baby Mexican version of Tank at the time, and snatched his title. But I tell you what, man, Tevin Farmer, man, hats off to you, dog. You are a hell of a fighter. Excuse my language, but you are a hell of a fighter and really one of the best fighters I've ever seen with my 2 eyes because it's all about skill. The dude's skill is on another level. I hope somebody like Emiliano Vargas can get with Tevin Farmer and learn a few things because my God, the brother, he know how to fight on the inside, he can fight on the outside. And we've seen if he wants to, he can walk you right down. Go ahead, Fred. I know you got something on it. I know you pulled up some stats. Go ahead, Fred.
Jesus. He threw so many punches. I'm looking at this.
Yeah, it's amazing because you really can't even quantify it with anything because you're talking about literally the
He
man
landed
throwing.
66 more than he threw. Zepeda threw 191 more punches and landed 66 more punches on
But a lot of
Taz.
those were arm bar punches. A lot of those were his
Yeah, I'm
arm.
like, yeah, you're right. He caught a lot
His,
of them joints too,
um,
bro.
I just, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. We seen Maritala got
And
some
he
work to
outdid
do.
the body shots too,
Well,
Yeah,
BBN.
okay,
90 to
okay.
45. Go ahead, Free.
No, I hear what BVO is saying, and he's upset about the percentage that Tevin Farmer landed on Zapata, and Zapata
mhm,
landed on him all the punches he threw.
mhm.
The problem that I have with that,
Go ahead.
where's the same outrage when you look at Amanda Serrano outlanded her opponent by 107 punches landed? She outlanded her by 107
Yeah, that
punches.
was crazy.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, Free. If you want to know the guy's honest truth, and people might not agree with me on this, but I really felt like on that fight, Amanda Serrano just got hosed. That referee was garbage. It took forever for him to take the points.
Yeah,
And to be
I
honest
don't
with
know,
you,
understand, man.
and I'll be honest with you, you absolutely right, Free. I'm just so numb to these horrible decisions. I kind of came to the conclusion ain't no use in complaining about it because we know Amanda Serrano won that fight. I mean, she won
But
the first fight. It's
she need the belts though. She
Like
need all the
she
accolades.
outlanded her in the first fight by 40 punches.
mhm.
She more than doubled that the second
Quadrupled
fight.
it.
Yeah.
She more than doubled that the second fight. She
It
outlanded her
was a
by
horrible
107.
decision. Horrible. Shane, them
But
judges, them the kind of
Shoot my
judges
brother
should
Piro.
be, and shout out to Puro. Puro. Them judges in that fight with them girls, elite Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor should be investigated by the FBI.
yeah, and
Them the kind that
I
needs to be
second
checked
that.
out.
I second that. And I want background checks on all of them. I want to know who
All
their
of them. I want
mistress
them drug
is. I
tested.
want to
Everything.
know
I want the works.
I want to know who they went out to drink with the night before, who
I
they
want
slept with.
everything.
I
I'm
want
gonna
to
be
know
honest with you, man, and forgive me for insinuating this. Uh, shout to my homeboy Arthur Reed, but is Katie Taylor on the snack program? I
I don't
don't
give a
know
damn
because
about no snack program. And shout out
I'm
to
just
the
saying
homie Just Do Boxing.
I'm just saying like I don't know what it is with this chick Katie Taylor. Her head as big as mine. BBO 6'5". Her head big as mine. And she was throwing that head at will. I mean, I'll be honest
Amanda
with
was
you, man.
whooping her, man.
I'll be honest with you, man. It was such a bad decision, Free. If I was Amanda, I would have cried like Lomachenko. I would have cried like a newborn
Like
because
She
like
knows
that
I
she
was
won that
like I
fight,
said
man.
that was
after the
tough.
fight, if that decision was so bad, if I was Amanda Serrano, I said, you know what, I'm done. That was my last fight. I'm never doing this again. I'm done.
I wouldn't even
Because
be
that don't
mad at her.
affect me.
Yo, you
And
She
just
got some
told
things
me
on the
that she
line, though.
landed 107 more punches. Is that what you just said, bro?
yeah,
Is that
she
what you
landed
just read?
107 more.
Like, how do you lose a fight like that, bro?
No, like I told Marky Dan the night of the fight.
Mhm.
Name me one fight in the history of boxing where an opponent got outlanded by 107 punches and they won the fight. Name me
For
one
real.
fight. Not
That
Nope.
you
was
ain't
just
got to name
nasty.
five, just
And D
one.
free, do another. Let's do something. Let's go a step further. Can we get a name of them judges so we can put them on blast? And let's keep and let's pull up their we might need to break this down and have them and send this to the FBI, man. I'm serious. Send this to somebody. Be like, look, what
I've
are y'all
never
looking
I've
at?
never seen it. I've never seen that in the history of boxing. Many fights that I didn't see, I've never seen somebody outland somebody by 107 punches. Now, I ain't even gonna say 107 by 100 punches. I leave the seven off by 100 punches and they lost the fight. I've never
That's
seen it.
just nasty work,
I'll
bro.
say this though.
To
The,
the judges.
the
I
thing the
mean,
thing that got me is, you know what? The arrogance of Eddie Hearn is
is
unbelievable.
what it is,
He's
Puro.
a listen. He's a really good promoter. I want to give him his due, but you know what? I think Eddie Hearn is probably one of the biggest hypocrites we've ever seen in boxing. Because one minute he love you, the moment he lose any type of if you lose any type of fight for him, it's like you're nothing, you're mud.
I
And
told you.
you're absolutely right, Piro. Castillo beat the hell out of Floyd that first fight, but Floyd came back and dominated him. So
He ain't outland Floyd by no 107 punches.
no, he did.
I can tell you that right now. He ain't outland Floyd by no 107 punches.
Here we
that
go.
that's a
Canadian, I'm
go ahead.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
Canadian judge Jeremy Hayes and American judges Nathan Palmer and Jesse Reyes. All three of y'all should be investigated by the FBI. No, I shouldn't say all three of y'all because it was a split. What was it? It wasn't UD. It wasn't a
One
UD, was
judge,
it?
one judge had it. One judge had it for uh
Toronto.
Amanda. I mean, oh no, I'm looking at the wrong one. I'm looking at the wrong one. Two judges had it for Katie Taylor. One judge had it for Amanda Serrano.
Who were the two judges? That's what I need to get even a step further because I have their names.
I
Jeremy
think the I
Hayes,
think the
Nathan Palmer, and Jesse Reyes.
I
You
think the
know,
judge that was from Texas had it for Amanda Serrano. I can't remember his name,
It's
but I
two
think
American
that judge.
judges. So that X out Canadian judge, Jeremy Hayes. Then
I
I'll
think it was
say
the.
this though, man. I'll say
it's a
this.
disgrace to boxing.
That fight, that fight is just a long tradition of what we've been seeing in fighting, where in boxing, better yet. Let me stop saying fighting, where you see whoever they feel like is a money person is going to win. I mean, we've seen the same thing with Tevin Farmer, and I feel like this, man. TF was a class act because I would have spit on them people, man. You robbed me like that. That was crazy, bro. That was crazy. I mean, I
Wait a
just
minute.
I just
I'm
never
sorry,
thought I would see it.
BBL.
Oh no, it was a
It was a
UD.
unanimous
Yeah,
decision.
it was a UD.
Yeah, it was UD. Yeah.
They
All
oh that's
three
right
UK, so
because
that I don't need to go, but they all gave
all
it
three
to it
of
by
them
one round.
all three of them had the same
94,
scorecard.
95, 95,
Yeah, all
94.
three of them had the same scorecard. That's right.
Okay, so in that case, Canadian from Canada, Jeremy Hayes, and Nathan Palmer and Jesse Reyes. Y'all should be investigated by the FBI, man. What was y'all seeing? How did and you just heard the stat that D Free just told y'all that
Hmm.
she landed 107 more punches. What more do you want her to do other than knock the girl out? If she didn't knock her, what is she supposed to do? Like, we need to break this all the way down. Somebody need to be investigated, and they need to be started with that person for Canada, and then we can get to that because you know this is weird, bro. It's weird. That was
No,
weird.
no.
Jesse
The funny
Palmer,
thing, the
judge. Let
funny
me
thing
break
about
these
it is,
judges down.
the funny thing about it is, she didn't knock her out. She rocked her a few times in that fight. But what a lot of people don't realize is, Amanda Serrano moved up 2 weight classes to fight Katie Taylor. She moved up 2 weight classes.
Yeah, salute to my man X, man. Salam alaikum to my brother X. I would say this. I just really feel like when you watch that fight, man, it's such a robbery. But that was just the story of boxing for today. Because I mean, I know the Amanda Serrano fight is such a robbery. Everybody wants to go crazy, but I just don't think people understand the kind of performance that TF put on to be 36 years old. And I can say that probably one of his best performances. My God, the boy was sharp. I mean, the boy was sharp, man. He was sharp free. And I'm talking about skill, the jab, the I never seen him put nobody on the back foot. I mean, he was walking this dude down. It's like, dang. Like, I don't know. I think y'all gotta rewatch that fight. That was and I usually don't like boxing. I don't like when brothers be boxing, but that was great. That was entertaining. I mean, he was on the front
No, I
foot,
think I think Tevin Farmer
countering.
did good. I
How
think he
many
did
people
good.
How many people counter off the doggone front foot free? That was crazy. I
No,
never seen that.
I think he did good. I just don't think he did enough to win the fight. I don't think
What
he
would
did
you
enough
say
to
he
win the
needed to
fight.
do? I mean, what would you say? I really want your
No,
opinion on what you think he
I
needed to
think
say.
he needed to box more and not let Williams or Payday get off so many shots. Like, you got to understand, when the judges are looking, they looking at the action. They're looking
Mhm.
at the action. They see one guy throwing a bunch of shots, and he's landing some of those shots. You said he landed 32% out of a thousand and some odd shots. That's a lot of shots that's landed. That's a lot of
For
shots that's
sure.
landed.
Well,
So
let me say this real quick. Let me say
I mean,
this real
this
quick.
guy
'Cause
from Canada
let me
has
say
I
this.
don't
Let
know
me say
no
this real
no
quick. Let me say
notable
this real
fights
quick.
by him.
I don't mean to interrupt, but guess what, y'all? We got a huge thing coming. Now, if y'all like me, it's holiday season. You got people to buy for. As my man Leo Cohen said, you got people to feed. Don't miss your opportunity to be part of our 50-50 raffle. Basically, all it takes is $5 for your chance to get in, and you get an opportunity to get half the bag. So half of whatever we make in the raffle, you get a chance to get half the bag. So don't miss your opportunity. I'm sure Melanie Queen is gonna put it in the chat. Don't miss your opportunity to be part of our 50-50 holiday raffle because at the end of the day, everybody need a little cheese, man. Everybody need a little cheese. How many of us done heard them raggedy commercials on YouTube where they say, well, all the migrants are doing this. You missing your 50-50, your $5 million stimulus. This ain't no cap. This is all real. So get your tickets, man. We got the block special. I think it's 3 for 20. Was it 3 for 25? I'm telling you, y'all don't want to miss it, man. It's
no,
five
it's
dollars for a single
3 for
entry.
20.
And what I'm gonna do, this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put 5 lucky BVO boxing people who watch. I'm gonna put y'all's name in the hat. I'm gonna pay to put y'all's name in the hat because I want to see y'all get some money, man. I want to see y'all get some money because I ain't gonna lie. The BVO would go ahead and drop the 100 and get that money, but they won't let me join. Free said I can't join, so y'all get a
Yeah,
chance
that
to
would
get
be
that bread
bogus.
because BVO want that bread. I ain't get a chance to get it. But while we in here, man, shout out to my little brother, man. We got my guy, X in here. What's going on, man? Assalamu alaikum, bro. How you feeling?
X.
What's good, man?
what's
Walaikum
good.
salam. What's good, Prize? My nigga.
And
What's
my
good,
guy,
man?
what up?
What's good? What's good, man? Yeah, man. I ain't
Look,
got
hey, look, I
nothing.
want to show you something real quick, X, while
What's
you up
that?
here. Can
I'm
you
show
see
you
this
what.
guy right here?
Oh, yeah.
He should be investigated by the FBI.
Who
Oh,
that?
let
That's
me
a
Him.
put you
judge?
on the.
Judge
One of the
Jeremy
judges.
Hayes from Canada.
Let me put.
What were
Oh,
you
that's for the. Oh,
watching?
I didn't watch the fight, man. But I heard bad things
Disgusting.
about it, man. I heard bad things about it, man. I will say though, and I'm not just saying this because after and shit.
Show that picture again, Price.
Can I? 'Cause
Yeah,
I was like, I kind of jumped off the cliff with that. Yeah, I was like, damn,
yeah.
should I?
We got to watch your history on there. You know, you be on there watching just fighting drug movies, man. You know how you
Yeah,
be.
Yeah,
Nah,
that's fake.
nothing like that. But I just like people to be investigated. Man, look at this guy. What was he watching, dog? This is him. This is the judge, one of the judges that had it 95, 94. All three of them had it 95, 94 unanimously for Katie Taylor. He's one of them. We're going to get the other two in a minute. But this is the
Yeah.
guy, bro. This is
Oh,
whack,
you
bro. This
talking about
guy's
for the
whack.
Katie? You talking about
It
for the
looked like he might have been watching the Ring Girls.
wait?
That's
You
what he
talking
might
about
have
for
been watching.
you
This
talking about for
guy's
the
whack,
Katie?
bro.
You talking about for the Katie Taylor fight, huh? That's what
Yeah.
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 Nasty word.
y'all thought that based off of her getting the point deducted that she should have lost. I just thought she lost.
No, I just
No,
thought she
I'm
got
going by the
outworked.
fight. The fight. The point deduction
Yeah.
was even more of a reason why she should have won.
Right.
I
No,
I thought she lost. In my opinion, I thought
Word?
if anything, if you thought she won off of the if you thought she should have got the decision based off of her getting Katie Taylor
no,
getting a point deduction, I understand that. But my personal opinion, I didn't think she won.
no.
Hey, Free, can
I
you do me
think
a
she should
favor?
have won because she won
Before
the
you
fight.
go, Free, can you do me a favor? I want you to read Melon Queen's 2 comments for me.
Which one?
The one that said where it say RF1 winner, all that good stuff.
Nathan Palmer.
Oh, it says subject line RF1 winner will be announced December 21st. You can't win if you don't enter. Good luck.
And then that next one, there we go.
The next one is the JBT is back at it again. It's a raffle time. The 50-50 raffle is starting now. Enter your chance to win the money. Send $5 for a single entry, $20 for 5 entries. VS Cash App had $ JBT Network 1. That's how you enter. You go to Cash App, $ JBT Network 1. If you put in $20, you get 5 entries. You put in $5 for a single entry.
Hey, and we get my man Free ready because one day we're gonna have our new Amsterdam vodka commercial. We're gonna see my man Free.
Here's this other guy. Here's this guy, Nathan Palmer. He looked like he gonna just not do the right thing, bro.
Yeah, he definitely was looking at the Ring Girls. He looked like a creep.
Yeah. Hey, look at this.
I
Come
tell
on, man.
you,
What is we doing, y'all? What, like, you gotta have a law degree to go to be a boxing judge. This guy has
you
a
know
law
what's so
degree.
funny, man? I was
I don't
watching
know,
a
man.
video.
Seemed like they looking at the same fight I was looking at, man. Serrano, she
Okay,
kept walking the
X,
shots,
X,
bro.
tell me this. Tell me
I
this,
ain't
X.
mad at
Name,
X, man.
name a fight in the history of boxing
Mhm.
where a person got outlanded by 107 punches and they won the fight.
And got a point deducted.
Let me ask you this: is CompuBox right every time? Because that's not.
That's a good
I don't know
question
where
too.
they got.
I'm just asking you a question because
You
they
said, all right,
they
ask
go
me it
by
again.
CompuBox.
Oh,
They
they
go
going
by
by con.
CompuBox.
Well, the judges must have seen something different because that's the fight I watched. What they saw. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, you say is CompuBox right all the time? That's what they go by.
No,
Well,
he was
that's
asking the
unfortunate. Well,
question. He was asking.
hey, that's what they go by. But guess what? She won the winner. So they clearly won't go by that. So that's what I'm
Nah,
saying. They
bro.
don't go by that. They go back what they see. It's not over for CompuBox. It's not factual. Because if it was, she would have won.
Yeah.
No, it is factual. According to them, it's facts.
Yeah.
According to them,
Okay.
it's facts.
So why
Stats and
she ain't
numbers
win?
that you can look up.
So why she ain't win then?
Because the judges, you ain't see that man that I just showed you? I'm gonna show you why
But
she didn't win.
y'all saying two different things. Y'all say that's what they go for, but if they
This
win
why
off of
she
that,
didn't
why did
win.
she lose?
People like him. That's why she didn't win.
You probably thought Michael Fox lost too.
I guess, bro. I'm not here to argue. I
Like
got
I
my
said,
opinion. I
Michael
said why
Fox
I thought
got
she
beat
lost.
up.
That's all it is.
Michael
You
Fox
thought
whooped that boy, and they still gave him the fight. They gave the dude the fight.
Should have got the knockout, man.
You know,
They
I
made that
thought
clear.
now if we talking about the first fight, I think we all know what that was, but I don't think this time around this was the case, in my opinion.
Well, let me ask you guys
I
this
thought it
real
was a
quick.
terrible decision.
Let me ask you guys this real quick, and we don't give the Puerto Rican a lot of love. But shout out to New Jerusalem, man. Shout out to Patterson, man. Shout out, man, to Newark. But when you hear about Bodega Shakur possibly fighting, Williams Zepeda, I think he's gonna stop him. What would you guys say? I think he's gonna stop Zepeda next.
I don't know. I don't know if Shakur. Actually, to be honest with you, I
Mhm.
wouldn't bet on Shakur stopping him. I wouldn't bet on it because in order for Shakur to stop him, Shakur has to be right there in front of him. You don't want to be right there in front of where a guy that's throwing 100 punches. You're going to end up like Tevin Farmer.
Well, Tevin Farmer beat him up to me.
Hey, salute to my man. Was at the Fine Iron he won. Salute to you, bro.
Salute, brother.
Appreciate you
Peace.
coming through, man. When you come to BBO boxing, man, we come on here, have some fun, talk some real Mexican style boxing. You know, we talk a little boring boxing, but we just come over here and have some fun, man. He said, "Hello, it's my first time watching. Did you see the show? I seen the show you did on Deontay Wilder the other day. Very interesting. Yet, you know, I don't like to talk about Deontay Wilder because everybody in here know I love him. So I don't like to talk about him. Even my brother X don't talk to Deontay Wilder because I love him. And yeah, he's a dirtbag, all that, but I love him. It's just what it is.
Yeah,
Man.
but
Deontay Wilder brought me back to the sport, and I like the stuff he said about blacks, and just all people. But to be honest with you, what he
Man,
did with Mark Breland was crazy. I don't have to bring it up. The way he did former gold medalist Mark Breland was crazy. But salute to you, Define Arnie, for coming through, man. This is what we
Master
do.
light, brother.
Smash the
yeah,
like and
but
subscribe. And you
back.
know what?
Three.
Speaking of that, salute to everybody, man. We just hit 4,000 subscribers, man. And
oh yeah,
I remember when Cass was like, "Oh, BBO, you's a cornball, you trolling. People don't like you because you black, blah blah blah." But guess what? We in the house.
Yo, this
We in the house.
nigga,
Four
Puerto Rican
bro.
free.
times.
Nobody
Hey,
said that.
free.
Four
No, no,
times.
bro.
Go ahead.
Nobody said they don't like you because you black, bro. Stop, bro. Nobody said that.
Oh no, I'm just giving you examples, man. Just giving you examples, bro. They didn't like us, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Right, they didn't like us.
I mean that's understandable. I mean, I have a
Uh,
lot of people that don't like me. That doesn't stop me from doing what I do. I mean,
Right.
it is what it is.
Man,
You can't grow in this world if you don't have haters. If everybody like you, you ain't gonna never grow. You gonna stay where you at. You grow by
but
having haters.
yeah, man.
salute,
We
man.
know D Free got haters. He is conspiracy theorist, bro. We know he got haters, bro.
I ain't in no conspiracy theory. I don't know what conspiracy you talking about.
That's crazy.
I go off what the facts say.
Hey, one thing about
Uh,
Free, man, you gotta watch you say. Free will bring up something from 9 months ago that you said, bro.
Hey,
Damn.
if you said it, it's facts. I go with the facts say.
I must have said,
I
I
go
must have
off of what
said
the
something
facts say.
about a
Oh
fight
shit.
6 months ago, and Free said exactly. And I look back, the brother Puerto Rican Free said exactly what I said, word for word.
yeah, I did my research myself too. I'm free. I caught him lying in the Aerosmith Terrence Crawford
I,
live. He was
Oh, he
lying.
caught him
Yeah, I
lying.
caught him lying. Yeah.
What you
What I lied
mean?
about? What I lied about?
What you
Yeah.
mean?
Hey, look,
What I lied about?
all I would say is, Prize, go back and watch the playback. You'll see for
Which
yourself.
one?
No, say it. I'm
The
right here.
Spencer
What I lied
Crawford
about?
live
On who live? On this channel?
you gotta you
when they
gotta
was
watch you
covering
gotta
the
watch
fight.
your boy. You
What I
gotta
lied
watch your
about?
boy X. That's Mr. Controversy, man. You know he the Adrian Broner of
He might
YouTube.
if the brother said he did his research, the brother did his research. I mean, I don't know. I have to check
I want to
into
know
it.
what he say. What he said? I lied
Right.
about.
And I'm pretty sure that Free wants to know what's he talking about too, you
He
know.
talking about
So
I ain't
go
gonna
back.
lie. That
You ain't
the
even
boy
saying
Free is
what
I
saying what
was
he
live to
said
go back.
word
We
for
got to go
word.
back and look at all the lives.
I was I was bored one day. I was doing my rounds and shit. Went back on just looking at everybody had their little coverage of the fight. I went back watched it, and I went back and watched coverage on BVO because I know it's gonna be funny. I know something on that live is gonna be fun. I went back and watched it, and it seemed like D Free had Errol Spence winning about 3 rounds in the first 5 rounds. He had
Mm.
Errol
Oh,
Spence
that
winning about 3 rounds.
now I know you lying because I didn't even call the fight. I was watching.
Oh, you didn't call. Okay, all right. I got proof of this,
No,
D Free.
no, he what he's saying is early in the fight. I looked at what he was talking about because X is petty. He time stamped it.
I
Yeah.
timestamped it, yeah. So don't
X
lie, D
came
Free.
X
And
He
is
basically
he
said
said
that
I
you
had
had.
Earl winning 3 or 4 rounds.
Yeah, you had him
Well,
winning about two or
we
three
all did
rounds.
though. We all did. I
No,
ain't gonna lie.
how would
I
I
wasn't
have
there.
him
I
up?
didn't have him. We ain't all
How would
do
I have him
nothing.
up when he
No,
got
no, no.
dropped
I
in
ain't
the
say you
second
prize.
round?
I ain't say you prize.
Now,
How
I
would
know
I
I was
have him
talking to
up when he got
BBO.
dropped in the
X.
second round?
Bro, just go back and look at the. I'm not gonna argue with you, bro. It's time stamp. BBO know this shit. Bro. I'm not gonna argue with
That's
you, bro.
crazy, yeah.
Hey, Free.
No, like I
I'm
said,
gonna see the time step. You'll see what he's talking about.
yeah, give
We
me the
might
time
gotta
frame.
check that
How
out,
would I have
Free.
him
I
up when
don't know,
Earl
Free.
got dropped in the second round?
But let me say this real quick. When we talk about boxing, man, what do you guys think about why is everybody not lining up to go get Jerron Ennis? And why did Virgil Ortiz come on and say the ball's in Jerron's court? Is Jerron scared of um Ortiz now? What do you think is happening?
That's
Is
crazy.
Jerron still the what?
Is Jerron afraid of Ortiz now, Virgil Ortiz now?
Virgil Ortiz is at 54. Jerron said if I don't get the unifications at 47, then I will go to 54.
Yeah, but
So
Turkey
yeah, the
Sam
ball
said he had
is in
54
Jerron's
fights.
court because he's at 47.
Yeah, but he was talking about because I guess Turkey Sam said they're gonna have a 5-on-5 Golden Boy versus Matchroom, and he wants to fight him at 54. I think if Jerron Ennis is that guy, he got to go get him. I mean,
Well,
I,
like I
I,
said,
I think Virgil stops him, but that's just me because I'm
I
a real
already, I
people.
already told, I already told you, Jerron, if he does not get a unification in his next fight, he needs to go to 54. I've
Mhm.
already said it.
Oh
But
yeah, you said that.
that's coming from his father as well. If we don't, we trying to get a unification. If we don't get a unification, then we going to 54. His father
Well,
said the same thing.
he said if he, at the end of the fight that I don't know, man, I might got to go to 54. I wasn't feeling whoop, 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 you know what I mean? So
Yeah, shout out to Jerron being honest. He said he had too many Max's cheesesteaks, so he wasn't really himself.
he don't
But
eat
I
that
don't.
stuff, man.
I don't expect him to see him in another voluntary fight. I mean, well, voluntary, not a
Mandatory.
non unification fight. I don't
Me
expect to
yeah,
see him
neither.
in another non unification at 47. If
Cause
he's
I
not
well,
getting
told
a
y'all
uni,
he wasn't going to where that boy was from. I told y'all was like, Boots got to go. I said, man, Boots
I
ain't going
said
to no
Boots
damn
will have
Germany
to
or Russia.
go if they are putting the fight in Germany. Boots will have to go. He would. They didn't
yeah,
put it in Germany because
No,
they
what
already
y'all
had
was
a venue.
saying was that when he was a mandatory, that Boots don't have no choice to go or he loses his
He
belt. That's what y'all was
listen.
telling me.
He doesn't. Wherever the promotion decide they want to put the fight at that won the purse bid, Boots don't have a say so. He has to go there or drop the belt. He doesn't have a say
Well,
so.
and
They
like I
chose to
told
put it
y'all
in.
before, he
They
definitely
chose to
had to
put it
say
in
so.
Philly. They chose to put it in Philly because they already had the venue booked.
mm,
So they chose to put
Right.
it in Philly.
Them
But
damn, he knew they wasn't going to
if
no
they
damn
wanted to
country.
put it in Germany, he would have had to go to Germany or drop the belt.
Nah, he wouldn't have did that. They didn't have Karen ain't have no choice in that matter.
No, it's
I'll
not
say
about
this,
Kern. It's
man.
about the promotion
The
company
now I'm talking about the
that won it.
business of boxing is not
I'm
going to
talking
make him
about
do
the
that.
business. It has nothing to do with Kern. It's about who won the purse bid. Wherever they decide they want to
No,
put
he
the
had
fight at.
no. He's talking about free is what was that dude? What was that dude named he was from Turkey or something. I cannot. He was a heavyweight. He remember he had got knocked out and he was trying to fight Deontay Wilder. Um, I cannot. Sorry, man. Sorry, guys. I can't think of his name. But it was a fighter who had this big conglomerate behind him, and they was trying to take fights overseas. I mean, Karen has a nice group of people behind him, and he tried to take the fight overseas. But Eddie Hearn definitely made it worth their while by giving Karen a boost in pay and giving that promotional some extra cheese, so it was able to stay here. But no matter how it goes, if you watch that fight, Jerron Ennis has more talent than skill. And I keep trying to tell everybody, this ain't no Creed. This ain't no Michael B. Jordan stuff, man. You got to have some skill to be in this boxing ring. And if you don't get tossed up, man. Pause. And that's exactly what you seen when you seen Tevin Farmer. He's 115 years old, dominated Zepeda. If it wasn't for the money and
Whooped
all
him.
the other strings pulling him, you honestly could say Tevin Farmer would have won that fight, and I would have favored Tevin Farmer over Shakur because Shakur got two bad hands, and he's sweeping up every day at the bodega. So I don't see how
What?
he's gonna do anything. But go ahead.
That's
Mm.
crazy. Go ahead, X.
Oh yeah, BBO still with the foolishness. You lied.
Here
But
you go.
but but at yeah, I don't even know how you got to Shakur getting beat by Tevin Farmer, but what y'all talking about? Boots? What was the question?
We just talking about boots. We talking about boots.
Like
He's
what's his next move or what?
Yeah. What's his next move?
Well, I think he should go. I think he should go get undisputed, bro. He talking that real BS after the fight. I don't want to hear that shit, bro. You say you gonna knock bro out, and that was it. I ain't hear nothing about you going to 154. Now you want to say this shit to like, oh yeah, my power wasn't this, and because of the weight. Nah, bro. You just performed bad, bro. You got rocked like 2, 3 times. Your footwork was all over the place, and like you said, I agree with you 100%. Like he do have more talent than skills, bro.
Yeah, I mean he's a good. He's fun to watch. He's like that dude that can dunk the basketball. When you put him in a real game, he can't make a layup. That's just what it is.
Mm, that's great.
What my
mm,
That
man said.
crazy work.
He said all headbutts considered. Oh, I can't see this guy. What he say? Hold on one second. He said, This new,
He
this
said
new.
all headbutts considered. I don't mind seeing those ladies fighting a trilogy.
Yeah,
Right.
that would be a good trilogy. That would be a good
Right.
trilogy.
Yeah.
But
It needs to be because you got like some of them fights like when Pacquiao Marquez, I felt like Marquez was getting the bad end of them decisions on some of them joints. They fought 4 times. I felt like Marquez got the bad end a couple times until he smoked them. You know what I mean? So I want to see a third fight. I don't care if the girl lost twice. Pat Marquez lost it twice. But I want to see that girl get back in there and just beat her down because Jesse Reyes, what was the other one? Palmer and all that other judge from Canada. Y'all tripping, man.
hey, but as
Nah,
my
they
man
got it right, bro.
Kanye used
Y'all
to say all the
tripping, man.
time,
I
I
mean,
know y'all.
I ain't mad at X. Like you ain't the only one that feel like that, so I ain't gonna criticize your opinion. But I feel like they got it wrong, and it's the majority of the people feel like they got it wrong, bro.
Let me ask you this real quick while we got you up here, X. Did you see the fight with TF and Zepeda?
Nah, I ain't see it, bro. But I wanted to say earlier, but when I first got on that, and I'm not trying to shit on a nigga or kick him while he down, but I never really, I didn't watch a fight of him too, so I'm kind of ignorant to his style or whatever. But I didn't know he throw a lot of punches, but I never got the hype like that he was getting, like somebody ducking him or something like Zepeda, like. Like from the information I do know of him, and I put this out there again. I'm ignorant of him. I don't know much about him, but let me ask y'all this: is he like a southpaw Leo Santa Cruz with a little bit more power? Can you say it's
No,
fair to
not
say
even
that?
close.
No,
He
Now he
no.
just a guy that throws 1,000. How many free? 1,025 punches.
He throws
he,
100 punches per round.
Yeah,
he
I mean
I ain't gonna lie to
What's
you. You
what's
know what he
what
is?
what's his best other than that? Like, is he like he's
that's his
skilled
best
That,
defensively?
that,
aptitude to
that,
me.
that I mean, he
That's his
got
best
power.
aptitude.
He's like a more polished Neverati. Neverati is another one that throws a lot of punches, but
Yeah.
Williams Zepeda is under a little more control. Like Neverati just be throwing punches
I'm
from
gonna be
all
honest
Yeah,
with you.
perspectives.
Navarrete just
You know why Zepeda is so hype. I'm gonna be honest. It's because of his skin color. I mean, it's just that
what?
simple. It's just what it is.
I don't think it has nothing to do with
Why is
that. I
my
mean, it very well
stream
could.
doing
I
this?
don't think it has nothing to do with that because he's Spanish,
Oh,
of course. He's Mexican. He's gonna be that color. For most of them,
well,
anyway, are that color when they Mexican.
I'm not saying it as a negative thing. I'm just saying he got the complexion for protection. So he's
Who
not
do? Zepeda?
necessarily Zepeda. He's not Andy Cruz. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. If y'all watch some Andy Cruz amateur fights, Keyshawn smoked him in 2 of those, man. I don't know what people are talking about. Keyshawn's gonna beat
He
the
gonna
Cuban
beat
sound
the
out of this
yeah.
dude.
He
He's
gonna
gonna
beat
beat the
that
Cuban
kid.
chains out of him.
He very well.
He's gonna hurt him, man.
Yeah,
He's
he
gonna
gonna
He
cook
very,
hurt
that
he
him.
nigga,
very
bro.
well may.
You don't
The,
like
the,
him,
the,
X?
Nah,
Andy Cruz?
I don't got no disdain for him. No. I just think like that amateur shit, people be blowing that shit out of
Yeah,
proportion. Like,
me too.
it do matter
Oh, you going
sometimes.
crazy with
Like,
the cuffing, X. My
oh my
bad. You
bad,
going crazy with the
my bad,
cussing.
my
Sorry.
bad. It do matter in some cases. I'm not gonna say, oh, sparring don't mean nothing at all. It means something, like to some degree in rare cases, but not in this one, bro. Like,
Yeah, he is a real
nah.
rock'em sock'em ace.
Hey, Ace, he's a BBO. He's a BBO fighter. He fights like he's supposed to. But I just don't think when you get in there with somebody with skill, you're gonna get dominated. And he got dominated. And you know
Yeah,
something I'm noticing? When guys are one dimensional, they really be getting walked down. Like I've never even seen Tevin Farmer fight like that. TF was walking him down like he was Canelo or Abdul Wahid or something. It was crazy, man.
he landed the cleaner
but
shots
see,
and he got the knockdown, man. I'm
the only
just
reason
pissed at
why
him.
I'm gonna tell you the reason why it still remains to be seen what Shakur can do with him is because Shakur don't fight the style of fighting that Tevin Farmer fights.
Oh,
Shakur is
Tevin
a
Farmer
different.
sit down there and bang with you.
No, not Tevin. Not even that. Tevin Farmer, he's more slick with his defense than Shakur is. Shakur is more
oh my
distance
god.
with his defense. He stays.
Uh,
He's more of a distant.
Oh,
He's a
He's
he
a track
controls the
star.
distance. He controls the distance.
Yo,
Tevin
that shit is
Farmer,
crazy.
slip your punches and counter. Shakur
Bro,
is not more of a slip type style
yeah.
fighter. He's not that type of fighter. Shakur stays
Wow.
his distance and he keep you at a range.
But salute to my man K Savoy.
Lord
K
have mercy.
Savoy said BVO, my favorite Mexican show. Salute to my man, K Savoy. Man, it's the only dude I know that, you know, still eats sardines every morning. So
Mm.
it's all right, man. It's all right. But like I said, it's your boy BVO, man. Asiatic black man sent by God himself. Thank you guys again. Me, Puerto Rican free. Of course, my man Prize, you know, my man Thomas the philosopher, you know, Sugar Cane Markey, aka Mr. Plantains. Shout out to Crush the Legend. I mean, we all doing it as a team, man, and appreciate everybody supporting. We had 2.3 million views. This don't happen all the time, man. Like I said, a lot of people said we wasn't gonna do it. Shout out to my man Q to God. Shout out to my man Mace. Uh, Shout out who else I got? Shout out my man Just Do. Shout out to everybody who contributed to this, man. Shout out my man manager Marty, aka Arthur Reed. Shout out to him. I appreciate everybody who's helped us along this way, man, because it's not easy to do it. It actually caused me a lot of aggravation. But you know what, y'all? We here. And knockout, stop ducking me, bro. Stop ducking me, bro. Stop
What?
ducking me. And we
That's
out of here, y'all.
crazy.
Peace. Hold on, what's it? You got something for us, free?
Nah, man. I mean, we just got to get better judges in the sport of boxing, man. These judges
Yeah.
is horrible.
Terrible.
Either they gotta get better seatings where they can see the ring a little better, or I prefer them to have former fighters as judges than to have these guys. Some of these guys never fought a day in their life, and they judging the sport of
Yeah.
boxing. You, I if you got fighters that's willing to be judges, have them be judges. Have them.
Right.
They know about the sport. They know how fighters look when they get hit and when they slip in a punch. A lot of these judges see punches and thinking it's landed and they didn't land. They say,
Right.
"Oh,
Free. What you just say, free? They should box or they should be in. Does this guy look like he ever rumbled with somebody before? Does he look like he rumbled?
that man,
He
that
never
man,
rumbled nobody, dog.
that man,
He's
that man
judging
rumbled.
boxing.
He
Him.
rumbled with a hot cone. He rumbled with a
Ain't this
hot cone.
dude, this Judge Jesse Reyes. Yeah, he
Hey,
tweaking. What are we
they like the
doing?
dude. They like the dude. They like the dude who was my waiter at the Mexican spot. Shout
And
out to
they
Jesse
look like
Reyes,
Freddy
man.
Krueger or something, bro. Get this nigga out of here, bro. Like this
Hey,
nigga is
give
just
us some
judging
good
the
stuff
fights,
before we get out
man.
of here to the Rise podcast. Give us some good stuff, X, before we get out of here.
Yeah, man. Shout out to BVO, man. Shout out to D Free, man. Shout out to Prize,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Good talking with y'all, man. Little box talk, man. And tell y'all, man, I gotta rewatch that fight, man. Y'all got your mind programmed from the first fight because she got robbed, man. I'm telling you, man. Just rewatch the fight, man.
Fair enough.
And on that note, get ready for the Rise podcast. And we got a big interview coming. We got
Yeah.
the three Tims. I'm actually about to do that now and put that out for y'all. So we go.